going, folks? This is Wayne R, back with another technique lesson, and today I'm going to talk about chord changes, how to really tidy your chord changes up. I think it's one thing that gets sort of overlooked. A lot of people focus so much on strumming, they fail to get, really simple chord changes down, and it's as simple as sometimes you can use an anchor finger where you can leave a finger on during chord changes, or just knowing where to move the fingers. So today I'm going to show you, a few sort of tips. This is mainly aimed at beginners, but if you do find you struggle with chord changes a little bit, I'm just going to give you a few tips on a few sort of really common chord changes, so we'll get to that in a moment. Thanks for your continued support. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed and continues to do so. Now, if you are subscribed and you haven't done already, please hit that little notification bell. Click on that and you get a notification every time I put a video out, so you can keep up to date with all the videos. If you're into the usual stuff that I do, all the songs and that and technique lessons, if you want to sign up to my Patreon page, there's a link to that in the comments, also a link in the description. And the way that works, just click on the link, sign up for as little as a couple of quid a month, or however much you guys want to pledge. So very much appreciated. I can promise you it all generally goes back into the lessons, so it's a way that you guys can help this channel out. And it gives you guys, as I said, access to all the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns, as well as a lot of bonus stuff as well. So go and check that out. Another way that you could help this channel out, if you don't want to, sign up to the Patreon page, I've got a new feature which is a super thanks link. You'll find that just underneath the video there on this side. You can click on that and make a small donation. Again, massively appreciated. And if you want to, please go over and give me a like on social media. So I'm Wayne R Guitar on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now also TikTok. As I always say, I'm trying to get down with the kids. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so today I'm just going to show you, some really common chord changes that come up in a lot of songs. There's loads and loads of chords and loads of different changes, but as I say, I'm just going to show you what I used in the intro, some really common chord changes. Now, what I tend to show my students from the word go is how to play a 4-fingered G, okay? I know we got the standard 3-fingered G. A lot of people play, the other way as well, with a second, third and little pinky. I tend to play it that way to get embellishments in. But the joy of using the 4-fingered G, now there's a really common, set of chords that come up in loads of songs, Guns N' Roses, Green Day, Oasis, and it's a G, a C add 9 and a D chord, okay? Now the beauty, all the way through those 3 chords, we can keep that 3rd finger anchored. That doesn't need to come off. And simple things like that can really tidy your chord changes up. So if you see that, we got the G, C add 9. At the moment I'm keeping, the 2 fingers anchored, the 3rd and 4th finger. So G, C add 9, D. Can you see how I'm keeping that 3rd finger on? Back to the C add 9. So there's no need to take that 3rd finger off. Okay, so quite simple if you're a seasoned player, but I know how hard it is as a beginner trying to get your fingers to do what you want them to do. But if you can really focus on keeping that 3rd finger anchored, it really tidies those, chord changes up. Another common one is an E minor to a G. Now, if you do an E minor with the 1st and 2nd finger, again, we can keep that 1st finger anchored, and then just move the 2nd finger to the 3rd fret and the low E string. Drop the 2 fingers on the B and the top E string. So again, I'm keeping that 1st finger anchored. Obviously from the G back to the E minor, we can still keep that 1st finger anchored. Okay, yeah, really simple, but as I say, really tidies those chord changes up. Now, a chord change that I always used to struggle with when I was starting out was a C chord, getting to a C chord. So if you take an example from a D to a C, now what a lot of people tend to do, I see a lot of people, adding the 1st finger on first, and then adding fingers 2 and 3 on, sort of a split second after. And what that gives you, there's always a split second between the chord change, so we're not getting a smooth chord change. So what I tend to, show a lot of my students is try and get the 2nd finger down first, and then the other fingers, with a little bit of practice, will, sort of twist around that 2nd finger. So just get that 2nd finger, obviously, to the 2nd fret on the D string first, and really, practice that. A good thing to do is to sort of, you don't have to sit there strumming, just practice, moving your fingers, Do that when you're watching the telly or you got any dead time. Just really practice, getting those chord changes. And the same from a G to a C, Again, it's all about switching that second finger down to the second fret on the D string and working those other fingers around it. You can almost sort of, twist those other fingers around it. And with a little bit of practice, you can really get on top of those chord changes. Okay, so that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you've enjoyed this video, I'll talk about more chord changes, or if there's any chord changes if you'd like me to talk about in a future lesson, obviously leave your comments below the video. But I hope that's helpful to you. Like I say, fairly straightforward, but things like this can be overlooked, and stuff like that can really tidy your chord changes up. So hope you all find that useful. Okay, so thanks very much for watching. Hope some of you found that useful. Yeah, very obvious things, and a lot of us, will do that anyway, but it's one thing, as I said in the video, that can get overlooked. I think a lot of people, really focus on strumming a little bit too much. And one thing you really want to get down is all those chord changes, get them nice and tight. So, as I said, hope you found that useful. Now, if you have enjoyed that lesson and you'd like me to do more chord changes, and if there's any particular chords that you'd like me to look at, or bar chords and things like that, I will do some future lessons. So please leave a request in the below the video in the comments, or if you want to find me a personal message over on those social media platforms, you can leave me a message. You always try and get back to people, and please do keep those requests coming, song requests as well, because that's what keeps this channel going, and it's very much appreciated. Another thing that's very much appreciated, I'll quickly mention it again as I did in the intro. Thanks everyone who's subscribed. Thanks for your continued support. If you want to keep up to date with all the videos, please hit that little notification bell that's just underneath the video there. The Patreon page if you want all the chords, lyrics and strumming patterns to coincide with the songs, as well as a lot of bonus stuff. There's a link to that in the comments, link in the description. I've got the Super Thanks link if you'd like to click on that and make a small donation. Again, massively appreciated. And another way that you guys could help this channel out, this doesn't cost you a penny however, but it's very effective, and it's word of mouth. Word of mouth is a very powerful thing. So if you dig what I do, please like and share my lessons. Tell your friends, tell your work colleagues, anyone plays a guitar, please point them in my direction. I'd really appreciate that. So that just leaves me to say, whatever time of day it is you're watching, maybe morning, day, night, thank you very much, and I'll catch you all for a lesson very soon. Take care.